Oh, hi. Didn't see you there. Oh, my nails? Yeah, thank you for noticing. I painted them pink. I know what you might be thinking.
Gay!
But I'm not even sexually attracted to men. In fact, if you ask me what my 3 favorite things are, I'd probably say something like boobs, vaginas, butts. Girl ones specifically. And most dudes don't have any of those things. So how am I so comfortably able to rock these pink nails? It's because I've freed myself from the chains of toxic masculinity. For those uninitiated, toxic masculinity is defined as a disease contagious to men that makes them afraid to do things for fear of looking gay. Symptoms of this ailment include beating women and revving cars really loudly. Obviously, this poses a major problem to society because there's nothing worse than being woken up by... So if you're one of the people that immediately assumed I was gay because of the pink nails, then you're likely suffering from toxic masculinity. So fellas, this video is for you. I've compiled 5 different things you can try doing to free yourself from this infection and break the toxic cycle. Starting with... Look, the first tip is simple. Just like how I painted my nails, you could express yourself through accessorizing in a similar way. Making some choices you wouldn't normally make, preferably those that don't necessarily fit in with traditionally and toxically enforced masculine norms, can go a long way. If the painted nails is too much, maybe just do something like putting on a girl's shirt, like a Barbie one. Or get that ear piercing you've always wanted to get. Or dye your hair a funky color. If you aren't prepared to step outside of your comfort zone at all, maybe just put on a salmon pink t-shirt. Look, the bottom line is, once you free yourself from this judgment, you're already halfway there. Look, admittedly, I did paint my nails just for the purposes of this video. But in the spirit of practicing what I preach, I think I'm gonna sport these out in public for a week or so. Look, and if someone has a go at me for having pink nails, instead of saying something like, I painted them so I could record myself jerking off and then watch it back to pretend I'm getting a hand job, I'll say something like, I painted my nails because I wanted to, and I don't see anything wrong with men having painted nails, and maybe you should reassess your worldview because it seems you're bound by an imaginary rule set that doesn't exist. Period. Okay, I want to try something real quick. I want you to think of any famous chef in your head right now. You've got it? Okay. I can guarantee every single one of you thought of a female chef. The reason I was so accurately able to predict this is because all throughout human history, society, e.g. the patriarchy backed by toxic masculinity, has reinforced this notion that cooking is an activity solely for women. 10,000 BC, I'll go hunt mammoth. I'll go cook mammoth. 900 BC, the Bible, Proverbs chapter 31. A virtuous wife wakes up early in the morning and cooks. 700 AD, Milady, go prepare me a feast while I head to the field and get dysentery. 1962, honey, if there isn't dinner on the table by the time I get home from work, you're gonna get a whooping. 2021, Burger King, women belong in the kitchen. This societal enforcement has been non-stop. But inherently, there's nothing about cooking that makes it that women would be better at it than men. There's nothing about baking a pie that requires you have ovaries or seasoning a chicken that suits XX chromosomes. Therefore, simply cooking a meal is something you can do as a man to free yourself from the chains of toxic masculinity and tear down thousands of years of societal reinforcement. Crack an egg in a pan and fry it. It'll go a long way.
You take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland.
One of the leading causes of toxic masculinity is the red pilling that guys experience after getting their hearts broken by a girl. One day, dudes will be in a loving relationship, and the next they'll be yapping on about, you know what I hate about females? It's a slippery slope. Regardless of whatever the cause of this phenomena is, I've concocted a scientific thesis. You see, if getting your heart broken by a girl causes you to become toxically masculine, then breaking a girl's heart should do the opposite. Theoretically, it should provide you with a shield to prevent you from falling into toxically masculine and red pill culture for a set period of time. So, find a target, any girl works, and make her fall in love with you. Then just simply break it off. Just end the relationship. Additionally, my thesis states that the harder you break a girl's heart, the longer your shield to toxic masculinity should last. So you could try something like, maybe while you guys are on good terms, maybe you just had a good conversation, you could just randomly block her on everything and cut off all forms of contact to leave her not only devastated, but also confused and without closure. Or you could just cheat on her. Whatever you do, just make sure it really hurts and it's 100% your fault. And then boom, you won't find yourself falling down any woman-hating pipelines. Look, Look, what you listen to and fill your head with is actually very important. There are numerous academic studies that illustrate the transformative effect that listening to music can have on an individual's perception and the life of life and the world around them. If you listen to happy music, you'll appreciate the small things around you more and just in general be happier. You listen to sad music, you might contract momentary depression and start seeing the world as all doom and gloom. So naturally, listening to the proper worship music, e.g. girly pop anthems, will go so far in freeing yourself from a toxically masculine lens of the world around you. Try shaking it off with Taylor Swift, just dancing with Lady Gaga, coming in on a wrecking ball with Miley Cyrus, drinking an espresso with Sabrina Carpenter. Don't you fucking dare listen to Sabrina Carpenter, you disgusting, objectifying, womanizing piece of shit pig! Joining the Pink Pony Club with Chappell Roan. Whatever girl boss pop star you're pumping through the pods, it is sure to make you boogie out of your toxically masculine skin and maybe even embrace the femininity within you.
Men think that this is the female gaze.
A very large part of toxic masculinity is viewing the women around you only as potential mates or partners and not as like an individual human being. This leads to women feeling less safe around men because they can tell they're just trying to get into their pants. So as a part of making women feel safe and breaking free from toxic masculinity, you're going to need to pursue friendships with women on a purely platonic level. Oh, but how are you supposed to prove that you're genuinely friends with these women and aren't just playing the long game? This is where the lesbians come in. See, if you make friends with lesbians, people will know you're becoming friends with women because you actually respect them as people and not because you're just scheming for sex. So at least 5 will do, no less preferably. If every man had about 5 female gays beside him at all times, then every woman in society would definitely feel a lot safer. So yeah, that's about it for this video. Look, obviously there's lots of other things you can do to try and break free from the chains of toxic masculinity, but if you just follow the 5 things in this video to a T, then you should be good, you'll be golden. So if you're one of the people suffering from toxic masculinity, I hope this video has proved helpful or will prove helpful, and get out there and slay, dude.